Hey everybody, this is a developer video. Joined with me is Eggs Benadryl.
Hey, how's it going?
And the host of the PirateDiffusion show, Squibduck.
Hey, I'm here too. What's up, guys?
It's a bizarro version of the PirateDiffusion show today. We're looking at the new website for PirateDiffusion. This is a new web experience that we've been working on. It's not live yet, so this is an early preview of what it's going to look like. And posting this so just to get feedback from the community and showing it to these guys for the first time. We're just gonna nitpick it to death, and I want to hear about the features that they want so that we can build it in, and hopefully we can launch this by the end of summer and get it into everybody's hands. Okay, so without further ado, this is just loading off of my local computer here. This is not online yet. It is a mobile reactive website, so it is supposed to work on your PC and on your phone. You squeeze it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's got some collapse, sidebar, fun stuff, so you can get everything out of your way.
Right.
I'll
have to test that because I've got a foldable phone, and so it's like so many things look weird on it.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
If that snaps to the shape, that's cool.
Definitely. Cool. So you could see it's trying to anticipate. Oh, look at that first bug. That's loading under the content. So here it's already glitching. It's supposed to show a sign up and login button. So there's going to be a lot of cleanup stuff to do. But the idea here is like there's cool stuff about our web UI now, and then there's cool stuff about the Telegram bot, but they're not there's no feature parity, right? Like there's things over there that you can do, and then there's things on the Telegram that you can't do on the web. So trying to bridge those things together while also trying to make it feel familiar with the kind of rapid fire, type of prompt at the bottom, and you can go straight into image generation. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. I have a local login. Okay.
I'm screenshotting it.
Anybody.
And I'm logged. Okay, so I'm logged in. So you can see my avatar up here, and I have a notification bell. Here's the homepage, and we have quests and the chat channels, which is going to bring you to a similar experience to the chat channels that are available in Telegram. So you can talk to people and go and see images by topic. I'm going to click on the create tab. So I'm trying to keep things pretty presenting as few relevant options at a time. So kind of like a tree view.
Nice.
So you can get to the create images screen by clicking create and create here, or you can go straight into it by going into the advanced options on the taskbar.
Well, right.
And here you can toggle between video, music, and image creation.
Oh, that's so sick.
And again, minimizing the things that are not important, just get them out of your way. The old website made you go to a different web page for concepts and workflows, right? Like, so if you want to change what the image is going to look like. Whereas in this version, it's built into the editor as a tab. Ooh. So you have your canvas with the thing you're working on, and then you can browse things like control net poses, art styles. It's just built right in there. And then
all in one place. That's
so
cool.
If we want to do like photo to Ghibli, select that, and it's selected, and we're right back to the canvas.
Nice.
And then the things that you tweak on a regular basis, being able to toggle aspect ratio, getting to your the negatives that you always use depending on the model, bookmarking prompts that you use on a regular basis, or your favorite prompts, getting to the files that you've recently uploaded that you like to remix, or like your favorite character loras or your favorite wildcards. Having that just...
And you're really ticking a lot of boxes here.
Yeah.
The things I want from a UI.
Yeah. Like send me your Christmas list, right? Of the things that should be easy. If you want...
What's nice, it's like all the community here. It's like all the time we've spent together developing stuff like this and working together kind of it's funny that the priorities and the things the community wants, you guys already thought of, and it's already in there.
Contributing our best ideas along.
Like the artist tab or the workflows or the little bookmark, your shortcuts and stuff people do use. Looks like you've popped it right in there.
Yeah, folding it all in is really cool. Having it all in one place. It feels like just a great way to keep your momentum going.
I used to recommend people using text expanders, for their shortcuts, so they don't have to type render / yada yada. But it looks like this totally bypasses that.
Yeah, I want to just make it more like push button, like less typing.
Yeah.
And then this bookmarks idea. This is expanding on the faves concept thing, where you can not only bookmark your favorite concepts, but also bookmark other people's prompts, and then being able to filter by, that guy made something cool, I want to get back to it.
That's cool.
Nice.
I actually have a Telegram group just for that. I think it's called The Lab. Okay. And anytime I see a really cool prompt somewhere or a really cool post, I forward it there so that I can break it down later.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. I've got one channel on Telegram for just artists, my best renders for ControlNet, all sorts of stuff. But it looks like you guys are just going to have your own little personalized UI.
Wow.
Okay, guys, so that's a quick look at the Create page. Any thoughts about the tab system or how the workflows and presets are going to work?
Yeah, this is a pretty cool, slick application, man. I like what you're looking at right there is pretty cool. Stuff like that, like all these tabs, your presets. So are those going to be set in stone, or are those? Can I add to them like that artist tab? If I have a favorite artist, can I pop it in there to just call it up later on?
Yes, definitely. We're going to provide a couple of hundred presets, and then the idea is the community can submit
nice.
New ones, and then also you can have a private stash of your favorite bookmark prompts and other
yeah, we will.
All that good stuff. So trying to do a bit of both, right? To give people a good starting point, but also let people kind of shape the library of things here. I think would be super useful.
I was thinking that was one of the features I have on some other UI I've used, and it's one of those like killer features that keeps me from using other things. So if you guys have stuff like that, where it's like I can save a little preview, Norman Rockwell, and have a little image or something, it's like your little gallery of your own favorite little artists or prompts or shortcuts or styles.
That's a good point. If we have ideas for something here for this site, is there a place where we can send those to for suggestions?
Totally. There's a new topic in the VIP Telegram group called website redesign feedback. So if you guys don't mind, screenshot things that you see around the web or on your local UIs on your computer, and paste them there. Just put in your requests, and let's all talk about it, and we'll get it into the software.
Yeah, or things that they are missing that, hey, you've got a listening developer right here. Tell them what you want. So
yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, things that you see around the web or things that are, just a pain in the ass within our current software, let me know. I definitely want to address it with this redesign.
Yeah, I spent
makes sense, right?
An hour.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I spent an hour with Gemini making an extension for something, but hey, if I can pay you guys to do it instead.
Well, they say never suffer in silence. So if there's a point of pain or frustration, if there's any kind of friction to your creative process or your flow that works in another app, that might be a great opportunity to forward that game changer feature, or just a certain, a workflow or a UI element, anything that you feel is conducive to just keeping you excited to create more stuff. That sounds like something we could slot into that website suggestions topic.
Yep, absolutely. There's another thing that we want to incorporate into this web UI, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. Maybe it's a button after the initial image loads, is being able to chat with the picture, being able to say, hey Polly, what kind of picture is this, or how would you improve this picture, or can you make the make the person's hair red,
like a VLM.
Yeah, exactly. Being able to just doing like in paint with chat, and being able to chat with about the picture.
Have you tried that? Do you have a workflow for that?
We're about to launch.
What does they call that? The segment anything?
Yeah, we're about to launch Joy Caption and Segment Anything as a native feature of Poly.
Oh, nice.
That's coming real soon. We have it on a beta. On a beta bot.
In layman's terms, what are those features? Just in like 10 words or less.
It means that the bot.
Sorry, so jargon heavy.
Yeah, sorry. It means that the bot can now understand pictures, and you can have a conversation about what to change in the picture, and it'll return a cohesive image about it. Whereas before, you would have to paint a mask and say, here's the area that's the problem, and you change the hands. So this will just make everything easier.
You can describe it in natural language. So in paint her hair blonde, and it will automatically find hair and mask it. So it makes in painting way easier.
That's exactly right. Cool. Okay, so that's a quick look at Create. Let's look at the file manager page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my avatar here, and this is the first draft. A couple of things that I wanted to do here was allow quick multiple views of your private folders, your public folders, making it easy to publish the pictures that you want to your profile page. So there's like an Instagram style view. Let's see if I can get to it. Okay, so here on your this is your file manager. So you can create new folders on the right hand side, and quickly perform actions on a picture. Quickly create variations. Get back into the prompts. Quickly delete photos, and you can do select all. You can see where the checkboxes will appear eventually. Select none. You can move your files or batch delete files or batch download files. And on mobile, it'll work the same way. Maybe it'll stack it at the top. So the idea is to have a way, and maybe version 2 of this has like drag and drop, where you can just kind of grab a picture and drag it into the folder on the left. So some folder icons here are missing. Sorry. Maybe the checkboxes would be hidden unless you hit like select all, and then maybe it's just folders that you can just quickly drag files into, or do like a trash bin. It's just easy to get rid of stuff.
Right.
Nice. Sounds like there's a lot of options here.
Familiar with. Yeah.
What's what are your wish lists for the file manager, and being able to organize your pictures and also publish pictures as a public profile? Let's talk about that.
So I'd say, just in brief, more than anything else, Egg said it best. Having total control and total optics on what is private and what is public. That should be number one priority. For me anyways. Like if I'm rendering some things for clients, that's not something that should be shared publicly because it's, private IP or something, versus if it's just things for like cool pictures I want to show off on my profile, having some kind of a indicator right here in the gallery makes sense. I believe there's this music app. I don't know if we're naming names on the stream, but there's a music app that has a similar thing. There's a little icon that means published, and anything that isn't published is assumed to be private. So anyway, that's just what came off the top of my head.
Seems like it might be a good idea to set the default to private,
right,
and have you opt in to public.
Yes, please.
Okay, so maybe like a green eyeball appears on the on the public left hand side, so you know that means public, and then the ones that are published have the green eyeball on the thumbnail. Would that work?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Just as a start, just thinking, first thing that comes to mind is seeing everything all in one place immediately gives me anxiety, because it's all jumbled together, public and private. So yeah, having that kind of a filter control or optics is crucial.
Would it make more sense to have a pre-page before you see this page? Like when you click on your avatar up here, what do you expect people want to see by default? Do they want to see their public page, like they're published, or do they want to see a list of?
What does it do right now when you click on? Yeah,
it goes to this page.
Okay, so if you click on your little guy in the corner, it goes right to this. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hover?
That's
and have like a little menu come up, maybe?
Yeah. We could have that. We could have a pull down of things where it's maybe like
a 4 or 5 octane list and a little animated drop down. I don't know how. I don't know what you guys have. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do that. So for example, private folders, public profile, settings. What else would go in there?
Yeah, something like that.
One thing right off the bat also that just came to mind is for the control of the file manager scope on the left, those checkboxes. I'm okay with them on my screen, but on mobile I would hope that they're larger, just because I don't have very small fingertips.
Right.
So my ability to gracefully switch between public and private feels pretty important too, as well, to be able to control just navigating between those two paradigms.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have control over depending on your API, like right click on an image, or on mobile long tap or long press to open a rollout or something. I don't know if you guys have that, but my instinct would be on mobile, it would function a lot like just right off the top of my head would be iOS image gallery. So you can long press on things or long press to select, or what have you. It looks like you guys have the basics up there. So batch actions is pretty important, pretty good. I don't want to just spam features that I've seen but don't personally use here. But just thinking of mobile, like the UX, it feels pretty important.
Okay,
too.
great. Yeah, if you can screenshot the file managers that you like the most, I can definitely try to emulate that.
Cool. Or a mock-up or something.
Yeah, mock-up. Send me PowerPoints. Send me doodles. I looked around a couple of popular services for it, and the file manager in itself can turn into a beast. Can turn into its own. I used to love how Flickr used to work. Remember Flickr? That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Really good.
What was the other one? Flickr Photo Bucket?
Imager? Photo Bucket.
Yeah, those legacy photo management sites had some really good paradigms. I want to heavily borrow from the modern ones.
Yep.
So question. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just unimportant because I was going to say I'm probably not a good person to ask about the file manager. I've never really used the current one.
Yeah, what comes to mind also right away, Morgan, is if in the file manager there we have the ability to create groups just with like a little plus symbol or folders in the private or public section, and those could be populated, new group, whatever, much in the same way you'd expect like basic Windows Explorer would probably be a good starting point. So if you go back to it, underneath, right above the green words public, in that space underneath recycle bin, like a plus, I don't know if there's a good spot for it, but like a little plus symbol, and you could press it and it would add a new group, and so on, obviously. But the ability to create those groups, I don't know if we have the ability to tie that into like the Telegram API such that it would automatically create a topic for you, or if we're going to be linking Telegram to this. like if there's going to be any bridging. That sounds super complicated, and I'm not expecting that, but that's one. It doesn't have to, but when I'm working with Telegram, what I do love about it is I've got topics, and those are like my file folders, and I can pin things to them to the top. I can paste both text and images together. I don't know if that's something we want here, obviously, but just having the breakdown into sections and groups is super powerful.
Okay.
I wonder if you could have a notes type section that sort of emulates that current ability in topics in Telegram to do that, because I do the exact same thing.
Right. Like, I mean, even just a button that could add a text file, and the picture would just be the preview of the text file.
Yeah, I do it with little notes or, whatever.
Yeah, some of the early ideas, and I may just rip out public here and then just have other my stuff, such as like you mentioned, notes, but maybe also bookmarked, bookmarked things.
Favorited things or songs or what have you.
Right. So what if
workflows, whatever.
Like what if private is like a tab of a. So it's not so scary like when you go to your, all of the things that you've been generating, and there's a little bit more segmentation of it.
A wall between the two.
Yeah.
Air gap those for the protection of the public.
So
also probably prevent some unwanted accidents.
Right.
Because I'm sure even the best designed website somebody could use it wrong.
Also, it might be useful to have a confirm pop-up when you move something to public.
Good idea.
Because you're literally moving it from private to public, so it could be assumed that is a paradigm you'd want a warning for at least once with, the don't warn me again checkbox or something.
Just in case somebody thought they were just moving folders.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're basically modifying the scope of the image, so you'd probably want that. And like, if you want to render straight in public, you render in public. That's no problem. As long as it's very clear, you've got, I don't know, green text on your UI or green buttons as opposed to purple or what have you. But that right alone there sounds like a decent dichotomy too.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna have public at all, you gotta think about that. Because the way the Telegram thing, it's like you've got one channel, and if it leaves that channel, it's on you.
Is rendering straight to public something we'd want to support?
Probably never. I think at least in the first version, it's going to be limited to members. So,
on Telegram we render publicly all the time.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
maybe in a channel view where it's you have kind of like the scaffolding of, let's see if that page is up.
The recreation of the art communities or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So if I hit join,
is this linked Telegram or is this just an emulated?
It's it'll be proxied. So we may have just the bot listening to the channel and then proxying stuff to the web.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. Okay. As long as it's going to the right channel.
Right.
Or it doesn't fill up a channel with weird bot text.
Yeah, that's so. Building on that, I'm almost of a mind that much in the same way any publishing apps can do it, is it's very clear when you're going live. It's very clear when something is being pushed to public eyes. And it makes me wonder if, because this is more of a different beast than that social Telegram render scroll, the scroll as people are rendering just random crap, their tests, having public be more of something like you, and again, feel free to argue with me on this point, but like, would it be too crazy even to have a fixed number of slots and you elect your images into there, or you move them into there, but like, I don't know. I just think of the UX of, I go into my favorite app, I open it up, and there's some creators in there with really good content, and you scroll, and each of their items is great, but people don't publish their drafts, or people don't publish their
Right.
whips. And I can only imagine there'd be like 10 million of the same image before it's perfect. And just that, having publishing something be more than just dragging it into a folder or clicking a box, having it like, give this a title, whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it sounds like a great way of ensuring that you never accidentally publish something and you're vetting it.
That's a great point. I think so. I think, and that also helped just in general in terms of the quality and cutting down spam and abuse, making sure that that people's best stuff, they're saving their best stuff for their publishing opportunity.
I do hope there's,
stuff right away.
some of the community stuff, retaining that, I hope, is a goal.
Yeah, like a feed. It is cool to see that sort of stuff, as long as people are willing to share it. But
well, I just mean it's nice to be able to chat with Mark or whoever, or Archie.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We want to bring that forward for sure.
I've suggested the wildcard feature before, and it looks like you guys put it in there. And I noticed you expanded the little accordion once. And I think it said something about LLMs. Can you use those to generate the wildcards?
Yes, that's so. Let me go back to that. So I have it here in two places, and I'm kind of flip-flopping of how it's going to work, because I think I want it two ways, where you have so you have your bookmark prompts, right, which can be just things that you've made, and then I have here in the parameters some stuff, and then in the wildcards you can choose the LLM, like your favorite LLM, to generate stuff, and then have that add to the
functional.
It's like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So what it would do is, I guess you would guide it in some way, and then it would populate.
Looks like there's a sample at the bottom.
Oh, right.
What is that?
That just, I guess it would just add it to the prompt. But now that we have this canvas area, maybe a button here would generate like 5 different options, or give you one option, and then you can interact more with it.
I actually had something. Is there a chat in here that I can add? Or should I just put it in the Telegram chat?
Yeah, and then here's the other one that I was thinking about. There's a refine tab for just performing actions, and then this also just has an open LLM box. And I completely forgot to show you the console tab. So this is a way to just, if you want to just type in like old school, render, whatever, you can just do it from right here.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Yes.
So you can use,
Sweet.
You can minimize, maybe I'll do a thing where you could just minimize this and push it off to the page. And if you,
man, at some point, nobody's going to know those commands. It's just going to be us.
Yeah, right.
I'll be hacking into the system. So once you've made the perfect UI.
And I think like some people, like the power users that miss, being able to just type, /clip skip or something, or they don't want to use the UI because they've already typed it somewhere. They could just copy it straight into here.
The people who have been around since you guys introduced LoRa's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
cool.
A cool thing to have.
It's a power user.
Exactly.
Mode.
Exactly.
With a nice cool green font.
If you don't have it already, mouse overs. So where your mouse cursor is right now.
Oh yeah.
Mouse overs on as many things as possible.
Yeah,
great.
Alt text.
So you can just
tooltip.
Models, tooltips, right? Rolls out of the mouse or whatever, or wherever that it makes sense.
Good idea.
I don't know how the form factor that would take on iOS. Maybe that would just be like long press or something, and then a little text would pop out on your cursor. I'm not 100%.
Can you even do that? I've never tried. I've never thought of that
on iOS. I mean, iOS recognizes press controls and such, so you can do like long presses.
Sure.
It's
I just meant I don't know if I've ever gotten a tooltip info, from one. At least
I'm
on
just
Android, I don't. Yeah.
Trying to think of how the information could still be presented and preserved to mobile users as well.
Yes.
But yeah, that way we could, like CFG scale or whatever, and then the pop-up would say like, also known as guidance or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and some of
any
those
of that stuff.
little things you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I started. Can you see my screen? I started these like
Yes.
little info boxes.
Oh, that's a great start.
So
Even if it's just a little info box next to each thing, I don't know if that would make it too cluttered, but that's actually a good idea.
Nice.
So you'd like pack multiple tooltips into that info box like as succinctly as possible, even.
I think like maybe off to the right there'll be more.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's see. So hit create.
Or a little question mark next to something that you hover over.
Yeah, maybe like
blue eye.
Okay,
circle.
I have some of them here. So it would be.
There you go.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of info about what it does.
Maybe if you could make that into a tooltip and a clickable, just in case somebody doesn't realize that it's clickable.
Yeah. The hand cursor needs to come up.
Like, I know it sounds like overkill, but I agree with Eggs. The more you can hold their hand and baby them with hidden tutorialized information that isn't immediately available but rolls out or appears on a hover, or can be toggled in this way, this is good too. But there's having redundancy on that, because it is so complex, but having the ability to fold it up and keep it graceful.
The fun things you learn from work, where it's like, make it as simple as possible or people won't do it.
That's right. One button.
I think so. I think even just having like show me, and then it'll play a video off to the right under the thing you're working on, and then you can follow along without leaving.
Nice.
Yeah, let me Google that.
Right. So we'll have a proper documentation section here, but being able to get to that example,
you could even have mom bot in there.
That'd be cool, like a persistent chat.
Like a floating one that a lot of websites nowadays have in the bottom right. Like an agent.
If
or just a little mom icon next to a feature, and you click it, and then it queries mom bot.
Yeah, we've been talking about having like an what do they call, like RAG style database and help agent that you can ask a quick question like, what is VAS?
Right.
what is
VAE?
There's a lot to it, so having as much hand holding as possible that is optional and obviously able to be skipped or backed out of is pretty essential.
Yeah, I like that idea. I've tinkered around with some of that. It's fun. I've done it with like a biography of the Macho Man with an LLM. What did the Macho Man feel about barbecues?
So one thing that I'll mention here, I don't know because I love 3 so much. There's 3 icons. There's explore, there's create, and there's learn. I wonder if there's if we would want to do something like have a chat button, like it just says chat, and where would it go? Would it be like a Discord style, a Telegram API or something? But just having the community accessible somewhere is maybe it just has a section in Explore, if it isn't already, and I'm blind and I didn't see it.
It's kind of
right there. It's literally chat channels under my.
No, it is kind of obfuscated, I guess, because of there's.
I don't see it on the screen, so I guess maybe that's an indicator that.
yeah, maybe it's.
It is indeed.
It's its own tab.
It's in the teal box.
So maybe instead of the 3, there's a 4th one, and it's chat. If I can squeeze it in.
Or bump the word chat outside of that box so it contrasts with the blue. You can see it.
Chat.
overall, it's these are the kinds of decisions that will be A/B'd until the cows come home, and
Yeah.
try different things, try what works. And I don't have all the right answers, but that was just one thing that immediately came to mind is the power of the community with Pirate Diffusion. It's one of its unique selling points,
And having it accessible, not
yes,
missed,
yeah, surface that
overlooked.
information. So create and then socialize, and then yeah.
Because like I said, how many features have we all crowdsourced here together from the community? So it's like, don't want to leave that behind.
Yeah, I might even, if I could be so bold as to suggest, it could even take the place of the learn icon, if that icon might want to be pushed away, because once you've learned things, you've got an icon that's essentially dead in the middle.
Or pop it over onto the sidebar.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm again, I don't have all the answers,
Yeah.
and it is nice when there is a new feature that comes along. It could get a little notification number next to it, next to learn, like a new tutorial has popped up. So there's a little notif, and I tap that icon, and it goes to the newest stuff. Sort of like in Insta or whatever. If you have, one of the icons will have something on it indicating that something new is there. There's a lot. This is a massive
What was that?
pile of suggestions. We're dogpiling it.
No,
at this point.
it's good. It's good.
Sorry.
Maybe I rotate the. Okay, I'll figure something out. I think that's a really good feedback.
That's why you pay me the big
Yeah,
bucks.
man. Yeah.
In pizza. Have you heard this hummus song I made? Oh my goodness. In the style of Johnny Cash. I messed up my life, but I've still got my hummus.
I'm left here all alone, with no one by my side. But I found a little comfort in a bowl of hummus tonight. Oh, hummus, you're my solace, my guilty pleasure too. I'll eat you all alone and think of nothing I do.
Okay, cool. Well,
is he out
that
of
was an
hummus,
exciting
or-
tour. I think it's like she took my dog, she took my truck, but I've still got my hummus.
Oh, there you go. Bright,
That's all that
brighter.
matters.
Generated with the magic of Pirate Diffusion, folks. So, to wrap up, thank you so much for supporting Pirate Diffusion, and please get involved in our redesign. Post comments on our Reddit or on our, if you're a member, in our Telegram chat. We have a VIP channel for member feedback. Anything, no small detail is unimportant. Please let us know what you want to see. We'll get it in there.
Awesome. Thanks so much for the tour.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, it's looking
Thank you,
nice.
thank you.
I love it.